shoot. Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC, coming to you today on a glorious, well, I say glorious, it's a very typical May Bank Holiday weekend. This weekend in the UK it's May Bank Holiday. Usually this time of year it's very hot, but as a tradition that we do every single year, we ensure that May Bank Holiday is terrible and it rains a lot, and it's turning out to be a classic, absolute classic May Bank Holiday. We are going to look at today the Timex Scout. So if you're in the market for an old-fashioned styled field type watch, then this might be the watch for you. But before we go into that, there's a couple of, well, one thing I just wanted to point out and just to mention as well. So as I mentioned in last week's video, I'm getting very close to hitting 1,000 followers on Instagram. I'm currently at 983, only 17 more followers to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a giveaway. I mention Instagram quite a lot on here, and I do a lot of giveaways on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, which is Moorlander_EDC, as soon as I hit 1,000 followers, I'm going to do a giveaway for this brand new, with tags, Osprey Nebula backpack. And what I'll do is I've not really been testing this as such, so I'll do a review on it. It'll be maybe more of a first impressions kind of review, because I didn't want to, you know, make this second hand. It is completely brand new. So as soon as I hit 1,000, I will do the review for this, and when I publish the video, then I'll start the giveaway. So yeah, if you'd like to be in for a chance to win that, that'd be great. All you've got to do is follow me at Moorlander_EDC, and for now, upside down, let's get on to the review. So here we have it. I have a real passion for watches. There's two things in my life that I like quite a lot, especially when it comes to EDC. I love my backpacks and I also like my watches. And one of the watches, I didn't really want it to be a review or a video about another watch, but one of the watches that is almost like a grail watch for me is the Hamilton car key. Now at this point in my life, I've not been able to afford to buy one, but this for me really is the next best thing. There are lots of field watch style watches out there, and what Timex have been able to do is they've been able to craft a watch that is very similar to that, but is also attainable for, you know, mere mortals. Probably, you know, it's a fraction of the price of the Hamilton car key. I'll leave some affiliate links in the description below for this, as I do in a lot of videos. You know, anything that you choose to use those links, those kickbacks that I get from Amazon help to fund my channel. So let's get into some measurements before I start actually talking about the watch itself. So the size of the watch is a 40mm watch, and that is from this side here over to this side. That doesn't include the crown. The crown is an extra 3 or 4mm. Lug width is, oops, got that the wrong way around. Lug width is 20mm, and the actual depth of the watch is 11mm. So as far as watches go, it's not a particularly large watch when you look at some of the watches that are on the market nowadays, where they go all the way up to 55mm. But then it's not the smallest, it's probably just around about that average mark. Some watches in the Timex range go down to a 37mm, which again, it's not that much smaller than this. It is a quartz movement, and hopefully if you can see, let me zoom this in, if you can see that okay. So it is a single tick. This is possibly where my ignorance, or at least I don't have the correct vocabulary, but you can see it's a single tick per second, whereas when you get up into the nicer or more expensive field watches, you get smaller increments where it'll be, say, it'll be 3 or 4 ticks, and instead what you get is you get a smoother glide as the second hand moves round around the face. You know, it's a very nice quartz movement. As far as timekeeping is concerned, it keeps time within the normal quartz movement. Variances, I believe it says that it may be anything between a second or 2 out every 30 days. So it's pretty good, you know. I very rarely have to look at it and think, oh wow, it's 2:30, but I do know that it's 5:15. That's really not going to happen. It works on a single battery, which again you can you put in the back. The glass on the front is a mineral glass. It would be great to have one of those sapphire crystal glasses, but that's where the money comes in, and it gets a lot more expensive. The material that it's made from is a base material. It's actually made from brass, and then they put a coating on it so that it looks like this brushed aluminium or brushed steel, and that's mainly to reduce the price, just to make sure that, you know, this is something that they can get into everybody's hands. The hands, you can see, are sword hands. There is a little bit of lume on those, so when you go into a dark environment, if you come out of a light environment, you can see that. It doesn't particularly stay on for long, but again, you know, you're talking about the differences between a more expensive watch and a watch like this. Now, I keep mentioning this, so I picked this up for £40 here in the UK. That's not particularly expensive for a watch like this, you know. It's not expensive at all. If it was that this died, or, you know, I broke it, I'd go out straight away, because I like this watch that much that I'd go out and I'd buy another one. It also comes with Timex's Indiglow system, and the way that works is you push in on here and the whole face illuminates from the back. It's quite a nice, you know, it definitely makes it easier to be able to read in the dark, which is one of the advantages over the fact that the lume in the hands isn't particularly bright, or it doesn't stay on producing light for a long time. Couple things to point out. Hopefully you've probably seen this. So on the front, as far as the face is concerned, you have the numerals around the outside. And then on the inside, you've got that on 24 hours. Here in the UK and Europe, we do use that 24-hour clock a lot more. Some people refer to it as military time, but that's mainly just adding the 0 at the front. So if it was 3 in the morning, it would be 0300 hours. But it's also quite useful. I find that when I'm teaching my kids how to tell the time, being able to have those extra points of time on the inside definitely helps. The strap that I've got on here is a Zulu strap from MKS Straps. I'll leave a link in the description below. They make absolutely really very nice NATO straps. I've shown you these before, but if I just take this off, hopefully we'll be able to see on the back you have a stainless steel back, and it does just give you a little bit of information on there. If you can see that it's water resistant up to 50 meters, it's got a stainless steel back, and the battery in the back is a CR2016 cell. Let me see if I can get the camera in again, if you can see that. There you go. When you get it, the bars that fit the lugs, if I come back out again, are just the standard compression ones. But what I did was I went onto Amazon and bought the quick release ones. That's mainly because I have a few different style watches. This is a band from Hawk Rigger. Again, I'll leave some links in the description below. And it's almost designed for this watch. If you can see, you've got that khaki colour, that like UK British Army khaki, and then the red 12 o'clock and the red hand, and it's exactly the same colour on this, and it's almost as though it was designed perfectly for this watch. let me just put these back on again. I did make a video on NATO straps actually. I'll leave a link at the end of this so that you can see exactly how NATO straps work, or Zulu strap, which this one is. And it's a really nice, simple watch, and that's what I like about these field style watches. There are some things that I possibly would change about it. I don't think they're necessarily massive things. The first one is, I do like a watch that's just a little bit bigger, even if it was a few centimetres. That would be a massive watch. A few millimetres. Having a 22mm lug width, again, it just gives you a nicer, meatier strap. But I never have this on my arm and think, oh, that's a bit of a wimpy kind of watch. It's just the style of this form and factor. One of the other things as well is that there's no protection for the crown here. So what I do find sometimes is, if I'm locking a door, or I'm getting in and out my car, or even just helping myself up off the ground, what you'll find is that you'll push the crown in, which engages the indigo light. Oh, I completely forgot to mention, the crown has a two-stage crown, so you pull the crown out once and you can adjust the date which is in there, which is at the 3 o'clock position. It's actually really nice and simple to see. If you pull it out a second time, you're then able to change the time on it. Simple as that, really. It's quite easy to do. But yeah, so as I say, so without that protection over, or at least up to the side of the crown, you do find that that does get pushed in. It's not that you feel it, it doesn't push it into your arm and you think, ow, that really hurts. I mean, it's quite a nice rounded crown for that. It's more that you actually notice it because the indigo is quite light. You just notice it on your wrist and you see it and you think, oh, okay, I've just pushed that in. And the more you use it, the faster the battery will wear down. But, you know, again, we're getting back to small things that you then will see the difference, that if you take the step up into a more expensive field watch, that you'll probably get some protection over the side there as well. And that's it, really. It is a very, very simple gentleman's style officer's field watch that takes you back to a bygone era. You know, there's a simple reason why these watches are still here, and that is because they are so simple and so well made, and it's something that people are still attracted to. Now, if you like this video, that would be great if you would give me a thumbs up. That's always nice. If you like this content and you'd like to see more of that, then please feel free to subscribe and hit that notification button as well. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, if you'd like to share my content, that would be great as well. It's always good to help to build my community here on YouTube. Also, don't forget, if you follow me on Instagram at Moorlander_EDC, you'll be able to get information about future giveaways and the current giveaway that will go live as soon as I hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. Okay, now for now, stay safe, stay Moorlander, stay EDC.